Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a tenerte y perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a tenerte y perderte después. Tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Piensa que tal vez mañana yo estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última. Tenerte y perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a tenerte y perderte después.
ABC Central Coast, what a great song, Besame Mucho, which translates, Magdalena, as?
Kiss me a lot.
Yes, please. We have the lovely Magdalena Mira, who sang beautifully there, like an angel, and the incredible Rodric White. Playing...
Yes, or otherwise in Spanish, Rodrigo Blanco.
Rodrigo Blanco. Magdalena, you're going to hear some terrible Spanish pronunciation in the course of this interview. Please correct us at every chance. I know Rodric actually speaks fluent French. He's very good at the French, but how is his Spanish?
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
What I can say very fluently when I was in Spanish. Lo siento, no hablo español. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
But he said it so well. This is a great mix. I mean, Rodric is such a fine pianist and a great composer in his own right, and a wonderful arranger. How's it all going together? Because you've been in here before, and you've also started to team up with Guy Strazz, the incredible conservatorium guitarist, and Rodric's had a long association with the conservatorium. I tell you what, you're finding some great musicians to play with.
Oh, yes, I'm very lucky. You helped me find Guy, actually.
I thought that'd be a match made in heaven, musically.
Yeah, that's
and it's
wonderful.
working out really well.
Yeah. And Rodric, when did we meet Rodric?
We met in Sydney at a place called the Vintage Cafe, a Portuguese little tapas restaurant on a Sunday afternoon. And it was
Dave Smith
and a guitarist who used to live on the Central Coast, Richard Boardman. And Richard and I, we used to play at the Colonial Barn, now the Bamboo Buddha. So I heard Magdalena sing Brazilian music beautifully. I thought, wow, she's fantastic.
But they're Portuguese and you speak Spanish. You're Chilean.
Yes, Spanish. But I've been singing Brazilian music for a long time because I love it. So.
And you speak Portuguese as well?
Well, Portuñol we call it. It's a kind of a mix of Spanish and Portuguese.
And do
Portuñol.
The Brazilians and the Chileans get on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course.
That's great. That's great. And this new music that you're doing together, we just heard a beauty. Is that a traditional sort of song? Besame mucho, kiss me lots.
It's one of the most famous Spanish songs in the Spanish-speaking world. It's been recorded by lots of people. Andrea Bocelli recorded it on a beautiful album called Amore.
Consuelo Velázquez.
Consuelo Velázquez, a Mexican concert pianist and composer, actually. And she was a very, very, how do you call these people that is super talented from...
A genius.
A young age.
A genius, pretty much, yes.
Child genius.
Yeah, she started playing piano when she, on her own when she was 4 or something. And
so this arrangement is based on the Brazilian version, which was recorded by guitarist João Gilberto. And João Gilberto worked with Jobim to create Bossa Nova. So this is like a Bossa Nova version.
Jobim did the Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, most famous for that. And, One Night Samba.
The tango is just so, when you hear authentic tango, it's so different to the Hollywood style, isn't it?
And then you've got salsa merengue, and then you've got Cuban music.
How would you describe Chile to people in Australia? Because I've always wanted to go to that part of the world as a mad keen fly fisherman. But it just looks so interesting. You don't expect what you see there, I don't think. Some of it's quite European Alps looking, isn't it?
Yes, it's very extreme. So it's a very long and thin country, and the north is you have the driest desert in the world, Atacama, and then you go to the south and there's icebergs and so it's
glaciers.
Yes, it's very extreme, and it's yes, I think it's a beautiful country to go and.
Lovely crystal clear rivers running down from the mountains, stocked with...
And the mountains,
rainbow trout, flying, soaring condors.
Easter Island is part of Chile.
Oh, is it? Off the coast?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Do you miss it?
I don't... the word miss, it carries too much... I like to go often. I like to go, and I love Chile.
What about the food culture? We've heard a bit about the music culture. What about the food culture? What's your favourite?
Well, we eat a lot of meat, and we have empanadas. You can put meat inside, or you can put seafood and cheese. Delicious.
What about some shows on the coast? Magdalena, Rodric?
Magdalena's at Toto this coming Sunday.
Yes, Toto is
Toto?
like a tapas bar in Ettalong Beach, and they have live music. Every Sunday. I think it's always from 5 till 7, and this Sunday I am playing there with Guy Strazz. So
that'll suit that place. That's a wonderful. It's a lovely precinct, isn't it?
I love it. Toto's got the best vibe, and it's got great food and cocktails, and it's a really cool.
It's just
place.
So nice to listen to you and Guy together.
Come over.
And speaking of great combinations with Rodric White, what are we going to go out on?
We're going out on an original song of mine, which is... I've got a friend who's a percussionist, and he said, you're writing all these songs dedicating to you members of your family. Said his name's Roberto Balfas, and he said, well, how about you write one for me? But I've got some criteria. It has to have a Spanish title, and you have to be able to play a montuno on it, which is a piano figure. And I said, okay, I'll do it. So my dad came up with the title, and it's called Sombras D'OTOñO, I think, something like that.
Otoño.
Okay. I still
You
have
got to get the ño.
Okay. And which translates as Shades of Autumn. So we've got quite a large group. We've got Philippe Lincy from Guadeloupe on percussion. We've got Andrew Dickerson, drums from the Conservatorium in Sydney. Andrew Robertson on flute. And we've got string quartet. Luscious Strings, who've worked with John Waters for his John Lennon show. So it's quite a big production, and hopefully this will make you feel like doing some salsa merengue dancing.
Sombras D'OTOñO.
Perfecto. Gracias.
Adios, amigos.
Yeah, great.
Hasta luego.